Does the violation of the knowledge of right constitute as a sin? Does the violation of knowledge of right constitute as a sin? Now, in James chapter 4, verse 17, it states that, therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him what is a sin. Should my daughter, who is of age, comes to me and say that it is her right to drive a car, I should therefore buy her a car because she is my child. It's her right. Now, if I have the money and she doesn't have the money and she needs it, of course, I'll buy a car. It still doesn't make it's her right. And should I refuse it regardless and say, no, you can't put such demand on me on the basis of your right? Have I violated our right? The answer to that question is what? Is no. I have not violated our right in any shape or form, and as such, it does not constitute what? As a sin. Now, how we'll deal with our adversary in line with that scripture that says, therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it's a sin. Now, we all know who or what an adversary is. Now, in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 and 9, 8 that makes us to understand that the devil is our adversary. 9 tells us how to deal with it. But in this context, I'm talking about human adversary. And that human adversary can be anybody. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be your child. It could be your brother. It could be your sister. It could be somebody, your co-worker. It could be anybody. You've been able to establish that this person is indeed your adversary. How do you deal with such a person? In line with the scripture, James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it's a sin. I have titled this message, Dealing with what? With the human adversary, part 1. And until I come your way again and I bring you part 2, remain blessed.